frontier. This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toal,
target man, suspicious character,
and
With the top end of Stevenson, Grado!
Welcome to Football Daft, the daftest Scottish football podcast around. I'm Stephen Purden, and we are here in the G4 Claims headquarters, first time all together, because today, as I welcome the team, we have, fresh from hosting a barbecue, giving away a Nissan Micra and watching a Little Mix tribute act, he's found the time to come to the studio and do the podcast. It is Grado.
I nearly never made that again today.
I mean, Toal's been here before me sometimes every week, right?
And listen, wait a minute, this guy's just took me out for lunch for my birthday.
Happy birthday, by the way, Chris.
Happy birthday, Toal.
You fucked up. I'd have a king for you for your birthday in the podcast. Fucking hell, man. Right, doesn't matter.
but
Right.
listen.
Happy birthday, Toal.
He's fucking...
Everybody, it's Toal's birthday.
Right, Toal, mate.
2 seconds in the podcast, they took me off my birthday.
Oh, wait a minute, it's fucking hell. I'm trying to explain.
Fucking second word is birthday.
Aye, so anyway, it's my birthday, I know.
And now, let's welcome a man who's starting to rediscover a wee thing called a smile in the last few weeks after watching the Celtic. It is the man's birthday. It is Chris Toal.
Listen, I need to get to Grado, right,
Aye.
because your car's fucked, innit?
Aye.
So tell
Aye.
Stephen
You were
what
saying this yesterday at the panel thing?
No, well, obviously I missed the last 2 weeks, but yesterday my car keeps cutting out, so I needed to phone the breakdown, and the guy says, look, we'll come and take it and you'll get a courtesy car, but you might not get it to the Mora. And I went, oh fuck. See if I end up telling him, you know, I can't come in the Mora because my car's I'm waiting on a courtesy car. I could just imagine what you should have said.
I'm laughing because he's saying courtesy car, and I'm imagining him not with Andrea car. Oh, we are so young now. We are so young now.
Could go on a sorted out a wee micro or something.
I don't think that's funny. I don't.
They two did.
I don't think that's funny.
Did you get away then?
We did get away with
Did you host the barbecue?
I hosted the barbecue. By the way, this did actually happen. No, but you don't believe me. I know you don't believe me.
I've seen the 40s. I've seen the 40s.
Right, okay, because the questions I had, right, because you said I can't come in next Thursday because I'm going to make it up. Fair enough. And then I went on to the Go Radio social media, and there was not a thing, there was not a jot of a micro being given away.
Yeah, well, you've not looked hard enough. It was on the show, she won it. I don't know, I wouldn't make that up.
How much did you
It's getting a bit
I know
tense.
he's
Quick,
obsessed
innit?
listening to my radio station. It's the way Toal is with Rangers, do you know what I mean?
Listen to fucking Celtic TV over there. But listen, Grado, the real question is, how much did you have to pay her to take the motor?
No, mate, you know what? It's good to have you.
I think that's funny.
And if you're listening, Crofty, sorry, mate.
Aye. Who?
I know. Sweet to God, right, Ryan. He's going to get me into bowling.
Oh, no.
No, they know it's a joke.
it's a
We love
fucking
Go
joke,
Radio.
man. We
We
do.
love Go Radio. I was listening when the lassie won it. I was fucking buzzing.
I listen in the mornings, so I'm going to work on the
Right,
text,
good.
you know that?
Right, what else you been up to? Let's move on,
I've
man.
been watching the fucking magical hoops.
Well, that's another reason why I didn't want to come back, man, because...
Yeah, we'll get to that,
this is
right? Fucking Toes. Oh, it's my birthday, I've been watching Celtic. It's my
See,
birthday.
I
Well,
know.
and I forgot something. G'day, mate. It's my birthday.
The buttons are back.
The buttons are back, and as we speak...
Oh, wait a minute. Grado's turned up.
So we kept doing last week, we think you were going to just come through the door, that you were kidding us on, you were hosting a barbecue and getting away a micro. It's Grado! He's not happy anymore, man, he's dead.
First happened to Stevenston.
Right, no, honestly, it's not that. It's just I'm a wee bit nervous today, to be honest with you, because this has been a good year and a bit since we've been in a studio together. It's the first time we've all been together.
7 days since we've been in the studio.
I know, but for me, this is, you know,
Do you know what
I'm
I've
looking at
done?
myself.
Do you know
I don't
what
like
I've
my,
done
I
since
don't like the way
last
I'm
time?
sat there. I don't like the way I'm sat.
I think you,
Last time,
I genuinely think you look cool.
Here, it's 7 days we've been in here. Do you know what I've done since we've been in here? I met this girl on Monday. Took her for a drink.
It's a pure dad joke, man.
Yeah, we were making love by Wednesday.
Not again.
Right, I'll take a wee time out, let John finish his Dairy Lunchable, right?
That is pathetic what you're eating,
That
John.
is, I mean, John,
You know, like, see if you're watching the video version of this, you'll be able to see. We pulled up John last week for
Yes.
no asking us if we wanted it and brought in.
And then I arrived today, I was sitting in the car, it came up on my phone, John McIntyre, I'm like, is he not turning up today? Is he going to be late or something? He's like, right, because I didn't do it last week, these want me to bring, because we gave him a bit of abuse because he came in with a fucking lunch last week and didn't ask us one thing.
Never asked us if we had a pair of horns.
Karma's came around and bit you in the arse, John.
As I went to the Euro shop, didn't realise they didn't accept cards. Then I was in such
Mate, you
a
never come to a shop without a card.
I know.
Without cash, I mean.
rushed round the corner, and I was like, I'm going to be too late for the podcast, so I just bought what was in the newsagents. And unfortunately, my lunch today is a Dairy Lunchable, a cheese and ham one, and a packet of McCoys. So,
Do you not get your breakfast?
Yeah, John, did you have enough money or did you?
Yeah, is this another podcast? But it's not the origin we use. Yeah, it's for another podcast.
Yes, it is.
Hankey's not.
Hankey's battle fever.
We're stealing our shit.
We use them better.
It's
But
for Battle Fever Pod, hosted by Scott. They'll be alright with it. They'll be fine. They'll be alright.
like, tell all the buttons are red, white, and blue.
If you haven't done so already, remember to check out Football Daft. Meet Ailey Barber. She was lovely. It was great talking to her. I've got a very soft spot for Ailey. Anyway,
Big fan of her work.
yeah, big fan of her work. Check it out on the channels. We talked to her about Chris Boyd, her beloved St Johnstone, and what goes on behind the scenes. Also, check out Rangers and Celtic Daft, which is on the channel every Tuesday if you're an Old Firm supporter. On that note, let's get to it. What has been Grado's favourite bit of the show? What's been happening in Scottish football? Toal, start with you, mate, because you're off a chipper. It's your birthday. Your team are playing well. You've found a new Australian show. Everything's good in your world, isn't it?
Oh, is that the reason why you told me about that Australian programme?
mate, I tell you about it. I tell him at lunch when he was taking me out for lunch for my birthday.
What did you get told for his birthday?
Nothing. I didn't even get a happy birthday after it was my birthday. I didn't get a happy birthday off any.
No, I felt bad about that.
I thought, honestly, like, seeing the group chat today, I thought we weren't doing that on birthdays. Are we bringing this back up? Are we opening up old wounds?
I thought we weren't doing this.
Right away, man. Fucking Grado. Happy birthday to John. Happy birthday, mate. I'm like,
Happy birthday to you coming out for your dinner,
I'm fucking there, fucking packing stuff in my house now 'cause I'm moving. I mean, they can't give a fuck about me when it's my birthday.
I tell you what, I'll
But
take it for your half birthday, right?
Get up, you.
Hey, come on, you now. I was sleeping that day, didn't I?
I'm not even bothered.
No, but getting back to it, man, honestly, see watching Celtic now, it's a breath of fresh air. It really is. I know you won't want to talk about it, but
No, mate, I do. First fair, we've spoke about
it's fucking exciting to watch them, man. They really are. However, last night I had a fucking churny. I tell Grado. Went to my dad's like, right, get the football on. I go to put it on. The old pay-per-view thing's not working. I had to listen to the game on the radio.
on the wireless.
last night.
On the wireless.
What I will say is, it's hell of a more exciting than watching it on the telly because you don't actually know what's happening.
So you didn't see the game?
I never seen it. I only seen the highlights after it. So
But was there no something on the internet about how it crashed out for everybody anyway? Like they missed the goal?
did it?
Apparently, the 13th
I heard
minute.
the goal perfectly well on the wireless.
So they were in action last night against Alkmaar, where he's won 2-0, mate. Right, a lot of people, the vibes are right. The whole fucking thing's flipped. Yous are. Have you turned the corner? Yous are now.
Well, I still think we need a couple of defenders, Stevie, because and I'll be honest, as much as he's like controlling the defence a wee bit better, and we've had a few clean sheets since he came in, I'm not 100% on Joe Hart yet. But
What about Starfelt, mate? He looks a bit.
See, last night, his second half last night was tremendous. I think as he gets more comfortable and he'll become a player for us. But I need to hold my hands up and say, yesterday, Anthony Ralston was fucking outstanding. Every 2 seconds on the radio, and that's a clearance from Ralston. I know a last-ditch tackle from Ralston, and he was just tremendous, you know what I mean? So I still think we need to replace, we don't need to replace him, but we need reinforcements in certain positions. And if we can get them, then could be curtains.
See, that's the thing, like.
It'll all fizzle out. It'll smoulder out.
I mean, like.
I'm being honest. It's
What's his name? Furuhashi.
he's a guy. The man from Japan. The man from Japan.
What a guy.
Aye.
I know. He reminds me I'm going to say it reminds me of a cross between Henrik Larsson and Gary Hooper.
Really?
Honestly, see, he's on the spot.
So soon?
How could you tell that through the fucking radio?
No, mate, I've watched the other games, you fucking madman.
It sounded like a Gary Hooper.
The commentator says that was awfully Gary Hooper-esque on the radio. But aye, it was anyway. He's
high praise indeed, mate.
He's
high
on
praise.
the spot and his movement's unbelievable. So, you know, as long as he can keep it going, then
Do you think the tie's over?
no, it's definitely not over.
No.
No, definitely not. What I say is I'm not expecting anything going into any games, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Still taking that approach.
No,
The
seriously.
arrogance will soon come to this. I can see it.
No, well, John, you back me up. I said last week I'm not expecting anything going into any games. See, if I'm being honest, I did not expect us to win last night, and that's the truth. And for them to put on such a performance is just...
Especially the night before your birthday, man.
I know, my birthday, and I was
What a
getting ready.
present.
I was like, I wonder if Grado will ask me out for lunch tomorrow. And all my dreams came true. We got a result against Alkmaar. I was taken to the Mint and Coat Bridge. Small pub there.
It's a good place.
Macaroni's not bad, 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
The macaroni was alright, but the nachos were tremendous.
Aye.
They were really, really good. Spicy, very, very spicy. And he is like the soprano. And that's really good, man. It's funny seeing everybody going, "Oh, Chris, my man!"
He done goodies, didn't he?
What?
You took that place out, didn't you?
You've just got to do it. You've got to do it. Keep your business
You went to the Mint. You went to the Mint with Chris Toal and Coat Bridge. You have just honestly, that's like fucking. I don't know,
It's
man.
like going to the Bing.
It's like going to the Bing with Tony, man.
What's the bang?
What's
That's the strip club, innit?
Aye.
I know.
Fuck's sake, anyway,
Oh,
there's
no,
more,
it's, like
there's
going,
more.
it's more like going to Vesuvio.
The Vesuvio, aye.
I was thinking that myself, man. But it's funny to see him sitting there not reading the menu and all that. Going, Chris, my man, how you doing, bro?
Every cunt like Ryan when they see Lennon, man.
Oh, brilliant, man.
And we drove past where his fathers had pubs and stuff like that. It was interesting to see, man.
I didn't even point them out. I didn't even point them out, Stevie. That's the worst part. He's
I
like,
went to your father on that one.
I just fucking drove by it.
What about that one? Did you used to on that one?
Grado's too busy telling me sex jokes on the way up the road.
Tell us one.
What was the sex joke again?
No, I don't.
No, that was it.
Anyway, there will be more chat about Celtic with Ryan and Chris on next week's Celtic Daft. At the point of recording today, it is Thursday. There is also other Scottish teams starting to play in Europe. St Johnstone faced Austria's LASK for a place in the Europa Conference League, while Aberdeen take on Azerbaijan team. How do you pronounce that? Karabag. Right,
You've played them a few times.
Aye, I remember he's played them. And also, Rangers will be playing against, I hate trying to say this team's name, Armenia's Alashkert.
That's why I said it this morning.
Alashkert. And I'm fucking nervous.
I'm a bit nervous as
I'll
well.
be fine tonight, lads.
Don't patronise me, Tom.
No,
Don't,
do you know who's in trouble?
I'll take your jaw off you, mate.
Do you know
I'll
who's-
off a pint.
Do you
Don't
know who's in
patronise me.
trouble? St Johnstone on trouble, mate.
I worry about St Johnstone as a whole now. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, like, after the whole high of getting that draw in Turkey, and then, let's be honest, they get pumped a wee bit.
Aye, but lad, did you see last result?
No.
In the last round, they fucked that team 6-1.
Did they?
In the last leg of the last round, I don't know what the first leg score was, but
Jen Carey's going to be alright tonight.
Is she a Rangers, St Johnstone supporter? Is she?
Jen she'll be alright.
you think she's alright?
I do think she's alright, but Jen she'll be alright
I
tonight.
hope she's alright.
What do you think Jen Rangers will win tonight, mate?
I think we'll win. I think we'll. See, to be honest with you, I think we'll do a good performance with the crowd. I know we had a good performance against.
Aye, but Dunfermline was kind of.
I know.
Aye, it still don't made me feel better, mate.
It didn't make me feel better, but it did. How can I say it? It's no really. The wounds are still open for that thing. Way
it's no healed the wounds, man. But the thing that worries me tonight, you've not got Kamara and you've not got Roof. I think they too.
Is Roof injured?
No, he's still suspended, mate.
Oh, that's right.
He's got another.
That guy.
He was gone for the ball.
Okay.
He's got another 2. He didn't. Imagine. He's got another 2 games to serve. Kamara's got 1 more game to serve, so Kamara will be back for the wee leg.
That's ridiculous to me that Kamara get banned. It
yeah,
really
shocking.
is.
But the thing is, I feel bad, but because see that last week, I was shell shocked at Ibrox and I thought, and I just sat there and I went, oh, I kind of.
When I seen you yesterday, you said you were scarred still.
I'm still a bit scarred for it.
I get it.
Did not expect it. So, to be honest with you, I probably need a game like this to just kind of get us back. But as Gerard says, you only need one good result, and then.
Mate, we win the night, trying a convincing performance with Kamara back for the second leg. We've got Kamara, Roof, they're all back. Got to Dingwall the weekend, and then the following week is a big week where we go, right, hopefully the tie's done. It's a long journey, and then we've got this mob coming to govern.
Yeah, we've got the fucking Harlem Globetrotters at
Harlem
Ibrox.
Gold.
But I tell you what, it's going to be interesting a week on Sunday. It really is.
It will be.
Because right now, if I'm being honest, Celtic could beat Rangers at this point. I'm not saying they're the better team, but
They're due a win against us, no beat since 2019.
But
no,
it could be where we come crashing down. Do
I hope so.
you know what I mean? So it's the unknown
John,
that
get
gets
off
you
your
for
phone.
this one, innit?
John, are we boring you?
No, I'm organising things.
He's fucking buying stuff on Amazon or something, isn't he? You get a delivery, it's at lunch
He's
with
getting
shite.
Toal's birthday.
You're done toast.
You get an emergency cake delivered.
If you get Prime,
What about Aberdeen? They get fucking pumped after the Rovers.
I know.
What about them tonight? Are they going to win the night?
Who they got again? They've got Carabag.
Carabag. Carabags.
I don't know, mate. Carry on.
It was a week inside they put out against Rangers.
Still though, mate, that's a bad result for them. They need to be looking to win a trophy.
That's very true.
You know what a good thing about it is, like, they've got. What about them nearly signing Martin Boyle? That was right.
Aye,
The fucking,
I know. 500 grand?
I bet he signed a 4-year deal or a
Has he?
3-year
With
deal
Hibs?
with Hibs.
Do you know what I thought was interesting on Instagram? It was just weird seeing the Aberdeen players going on a private flight to a game. It was weird seeing Still McGee, no, they were sitting with the big comfy seats and first class, and I thought, I bet they're
when
loving
Rangers are still flying EasyJet.
that. Never know.
Remember you said to use wheelie bins for your ice baths, remember?
Right
Hope
now,
you do well.
transfer. We're getting to the point where we talk about transfer rumours, right? And my mate's just sent us a message.
Oh, I know who it is.
Veerman's
Jack
off.
Henry.
No.
Is it this?
Georgios Giacomakis
Aye.
to Celtic transfer fee agreed as Werder Bremen conjure cash incentive for Greek striker.
Is it 3 million?
Aye, he was the top scorer in the Dutch Premier League for a team who finished second bottom.
I know, that sounds like somebody that's got... I know that before this goes out my head...
Oh fuck, you've got a road down there, my mate's just texted us it.
There you go.
Before this goes...
Sorry mate,
Now, I don't know.
John was on it, sorry mate, sorry.
Right, Rangers meanwhile, right. Okay, so they don't have this on the notes. Do you know what I read today? Rangers are in for Jack Henry.
Oh mate, come on. Where did you read that? Show me where you read it.
Right, I'll show you where I read it.
Yeah,
But he had a great season last year, didn't he?
Yep, and he's just signed for Ostend, right? And, excuse me.
They'll be looking for, I mean, you signed for, was it 1.5 million? They'll be looking to double their money on that, Chris.
Well, they're looking for 5.
Really?
5 million
Rangers aren't going to deal 5
for
million.
Jack Henry.
No. What
That's
did you read that?
nonsense.
Did somebody send you that in WhatsApp?
Right, no, Rangers, it's, by the way,
Source.
It's gathering a bit of steam now. It's on a few websites. Like.
Let's see. Oh, that's here in the city.
I always thought it was Hell in the Cell.
Let's see.
Rangers showing interesting.
I'm close to walking out of this studio now.
5 million.
We're not going to pay 5 million for Jack Henry. This is the thing, right? I've heard
Let's be honest, he's rotten.
I don't know if you've heard this as well, Grado. I've been getting lots of messages saying Goldson's off. He's asking for too much money.
Something's
right,
up.
Aye.
Kamara as well.
Kamara's always one that I think it's got to go. Right, but Goldson is a bit of a fucking bolt for the blue. He's not what I expected. I didn't expect that to come this season, right?
It's stuff like, I know there's something.
I can see Goldson at Newcastle. You know that way he's a Newcastle kind of player?
Aye.
Would you take him at Newcastle, John? You like him?
no.
You like him?
Hey, but my feeling's been to 2
you like
games.
him?
He's had one good season. The season before he wasn't great.
Hey, John, that's enough. Just get back to your phone.
Sorry.
Did I send you the pictures of my dad's season tickets at
Aye.
James's Park?
What a
Has
season.
he got a season ticket?
He's got a season ticket at Newcastle and he's got a
And
season ticket at
Blackpool.
Blackpool. He was at the Blackpool game last Wednesday night. He was at St James's Park on Saturday. Back at Blackpool on Sunday and back at Blackpool last night. He's been to fucking 4 or 5
Mate,
games
he's
in a week.
really enjoying his life, isn't he?
Loving it, man.
He's gonna
That's
move
class.
in there,
He's
isn't he?
loving it, man.
He's living a dream. Anyway, Huddersfield Town midfielder Juninho Bacuna has emerged as a signing target for Rangers. I don't know anything about him.
Well, what happened to
I seen him,
Veerman
he's got
then?
funky hair.
What's
Which
happened
either means a right good player or a shite player that's trying to make up
Aye.
for being good.
Here's the thing, mate. Veerman, right? Veerman's going to cost you 5,
It's half
6,
the table
7
now,
million,
innit?
right? It's got right. This is the, in my opinion, the price for failure. And no qualifying for the Champions League. You're going to end up losing Kamara or Goldson because we need to balance the books. And your Veermans, and we're not going to be paying $5 million for fucking Jack Hendry. Do you know what I mean?
So are,
This is the consequences.
are Rangers going to be going for Juninho Pacuna? Is that a spunker shite bag?
I don't know, man. I think this is instead they're going for this Veerman, so I've got a good feeling it might happen. Because who was Veerman playing again for?
Dutch team Vitesse or something? No, Heerenveen.
And then who does Baconia play for?
Huddersfield.
Come on.
Well, Gerrard said he's bringing in a midfielder, so that by the time this podcast goes out, you might have that.
Talking of midfielders, mate, Ali McCann, who has attracted interest from European clubs, he is one I would go for. I think he's a very good player. Every time I've seen him,
you know the same way he's like Shankland. I would have took a punt on Shankland as a squad player.
I would take a punt on Ali McCann in a heartbeat. I definitely would.
The young boy is at McGrath for St Mirren. He's a fucking player as well, man. Really is.
He's decent, man. He is.
There's a lot of good young talent coming through. Grado's sitting there yawning his fucking head up because we're not talking about Love Island.
Oh, do you want to don't? I'm an episode behind.
So, obviously you know what happened to me last night.
So you know who went out last night?
Don't you fucking
don't tell us.
No, I didn't see you last night because I watched the night before.
But don't tell it.
Grado, you must know because you were doing the radio this morning.
Hold on a minute here.
No well.
It was no well last night.
Hold on a minute, right? John, I'm not a fan of the show, right? I've watched a couple of episodes, but I can't have you spoiling it for them.
No, I won't.
You spoiled it for us last week.
Why do you do that? You like to do that?
I think that's smart.
He's pure. That's
It's
nasty.
because
John, I don't know if you're done as a nasty person, but that's nasty.
He's got a bad bat in him, hasn't he?
Aye.
He actually had Dunfermline fan.
He's a bad bastard.
Sitting there acting like a Dunfermline fan.
Sitting there acting like a par.
Right,
Anyway.
I apologise.
Okay,
It's
right,
par behaviour. I apologise.
You know how extreme we take this?
Aye.
Me and him have both complained to Ofcom.
Aye. About face behaviour to Teddy. We did. Aye.
Shut up, you did you email Ofcom and complain about it?
Yes.
I text you, I says, do this, mate.
I've got it here.
Hold on, wait a minute. Don't give the listeners any fucking ideas.
It's okay, podcasts don't fall under Ofcom's
No, they
jurisdiction, thank God.
Right, the last one for the Archie Knox system is former Hamilton Accies player Stuart Taylor's left his role as Ross County first team coach and is now expected to be appointed Brian Rice's successor at his old club. He spent 2 years in Lanarkshire at the end of his playing days before assisting Billy Reid in the dugout. I can see that happening.
I don't give a fuck.
I know. Near this Grado. John, why'd you put that in, man?
Listen, there's a lot of Hamilton supporters.
They're close to Hamilton. One wish you.
We
A
are
lot of
actually.
Hamilton supporters maybe listen to this podcast. It's not just about the old firm, you know. Think about all the other teams.
We already spoke about Ali McCann, that's not all for him.
I know. And did we speak about
We spoke about Aberdeen.
So we did.
Aberdeen, the plane.
We're ticking a lot of boxes here, John.
We spoke about the pals.
Aye.
Anyway, you're getting David McCracken on.
Aye, Dave McCracken's he's going to be on, but he's going to be on Football Daft Meets on Monday, Grado.
Aye,
Remember,
he's
the podcast in 2 parts.
Remember we recorded this in 2 parts.
So I don't need to come back up here on Monday then. No.
You need to come back up Monday to record it.
Right, boys, so there'll be more football chat on the open line later. We'll be playing for pies and the player profile playoff, and on the big question, it's the biggest yet as we look for Scotland's best and worst pies.
And here's a word from our sponsors.
Keep 100% G4 claims.
If you've been hurt in a road accident that wasn't your fault, you should really talk to G4 Claims first. Unlike road accident solicitors, we don't charge you for their services, which could see you better off. To keep 100% of your compensation, have a chat with Nicole and the team. You'll be glad you did. Search online for G4 Claims.
Keep 100% of your claim. G4 claims.
That was G4 Claims. And also on the show today, Grado is back with his 3 riddles. And this week we hear from the legend that is Jim Duffy on Teammates. And he has some amazing stories about his time at Dundee.
Football Daft Open Line is the open line where anything goes, and we're going to try something a wee bit different this week, boys.
Yes.
We are going to just throw out the Zoom link for the studio on Twitter and see what we get in.
Oh,
right? So it could be anything. It's a
This
total
is like
roulette.
open to anything here.
Total roulette. So let's do that now.
I'll be surprised if it's not somebody that will. If it's somebody that will.
There you go. That's Ryan.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Ryan, you've been on it. How many times have you been on this?
I need to start paying you a wage, you cunt.
Right off, that's well.
Can't hear you, mate. Can't hear you, Ryan.
You've not got your microphone on, bro.
Is it sure it's not us?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, lads?
Yeah, you know. Sorry, that was John's fault, Ryan. I apologise about that.
No, that's all right. It's all right, boys.
You seen it?
First and foremost, happy birthday, Chris.
Thanks very much, brah.
At least he remembered.
Aye, at least you remember.
Aye. Nice one, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
Happy birthday, Toal.
Happy birthday, Toal.
You take me out for lunch tomorrow, Ryan? No?
Well,
That's a no then.
It's getting awkward now.
I'm just trying to get some free dinners.
Right, Ryan, you've answered the call in the open line roulette. What you want to say this week, sir?
just asking like Graham and Bob what their thoughts about the nighter.
Well, we're talking about that just earlier on, Ryan. I'm still a wee bit shell shocked for last week, I've got to admit, but I'm thinking as the game gets closer, I'm getting nervous. I'm nervous, but I don't think we'll get beat tonight.
Who are you playing again, Grado?
We're playing Alashkert.
Good man.
Well done.
Stop trying to catch me out.
Well done.
Aye.
I think it's kind of same way as Grado. I feel quite still got a sour taste in my mouth for the Malmo shocker. Aye, but we need to really start our season really. So there's no started at all.
Started, you've lost a few games.
Ryan, what do you think about who would you play tonight?
He's playing Alashkert.
He's fucking at it, isn't he?
Sorry lads, I've had a pint and I'm happy.
Hey Ryan, let Ryan speak.
It's the open line in case the punters come on and talk to.
Sorry lads.
Right.
Ryan, how do you think he'll line up tonight, Ryan?
I would play Griggsy in goal.
Aye.
Just because I know, I can't remember whether it was you, Stephen, or somebody else that was saying they don't feel, when they see McLaughlin on the team sheet, they feel alright. They don't feel as if to say, oh, it's McLaughlin, I don't feel confident.
Aye, I think it's nothing against McLaughlin really. I think he's a decent goalie, but I think after the season McGregor had, and if he's there and he's on the bench, what's the point of having him on the bench? He's got to be in the starting lineup.
But the thing is, I worry about McLaughlin. I don't know why, but I just see McLaughlin on the team sheet rather than McGregor, and I just think,
aye.
I mean, I don't know whether that's because I prefer McGregor because I think he's a better goalkeeper, which I do.
Aye.
He is.
Or is it just because McLaughlin's no tried and tested? If you know what I mean.
I know he's not been. I mean, he had a good run at the start of last season. They never really put a fit Rang.
7 clean sheets.
He played in all your cup games as well, didn't he?
I think he did.
Played in all the cup games as well, but I would rather it was who you going to go with and stick with him.
If
it's not
me,
ideal for
I'm a Celtic supporter, but if I've got a choice of the two, it's McGregor every day. You know what I mean? All day, every day.
But the way you're saying, Ryan, you get nervous. I don't really get nervous when McLaughlin goes out. I think it's a safe pair of hands.
But I think,
Ryan, would you swap McLaughlin for Barkas?
to coin a phrase off somebody else, a Rangers fan, Barkas is a plastic bag with gloves on.
Aye, fuck it.
A plastic bag with us.
Well, Aberdeen are playing them tonight, aren't they? Carrier bag.
They're on one.
I guess that's here.
Bang one.
I think I would definitely start Bassey, and I think I'd rather start Bassey or Barisic, isn't it?
I think it's Bassey's position to lose now, to be honest with you. And I know it was only Dunfermline, but Barisic has not had a good start to the season, but like a few others.
I don't know what you think, but Itten does not do it for me.
Well,
Itten just doesn't do it.
He's a miss.
He's a bit. Brilliant. Do you know what? John stole my joke. Well played.
I think. Look at. I don't want to really slag the boy because I don't really think he's not really doing it. When he's had his chance, he's not really took it. Big hitting. But as for Bassey, there's something, I don't know if it's his confidence or his I don't know, his fitness, something's no right with Barisic, you know, he's not started the season.
I'd say, to be honest with you, see if again for the outside looking in, I think Bassey's a diamond, and diamonds are forever.
Oh, very good.
Yes! I actually have a pint before I reach the ocean.
But I know.
Surely you can't.
I know we'll get 3 games before it. I know we'll get 3 games before it tonight, Sunday, and next Thursday. But
you shiting yourself a wee bit, Ryan.
Oh, he's shiting it, right? Look at Ryan, he's shiting it.
I'm not going to lie, Toal. Pure hash is worrying me.
Have you been watching the Celtic games, mate?
The first game, the only Celtic game I watched was the first game of the season.
We get beat. Right, you don't watch anymore. All right, you're not allowed to watch anymore.
I think really we can't even be thinking about Celtic, you know. There's 3 massive.
We can't, but see the way that.
No, but mate, the two European games are huge. The Ross County game's huge. Like I said, we need to start our season. We need to kickstart our season, do some. So we can't look too far ahead and go, what about Celtic? We can't, whatever Celtic do the day, we need to just get our own house in order.
That's it.
Of course. But I was reading on Twitter, somebody said, see this? Oh, but they've only played nobody. They've played 2 championship teams and nobody for Denmark and the Netherlands.
It's the same as Rangers, isn't it?
That will only wash for a certain time.
But when you look at it, I mean, Rangers have played Malmo, who are a Scandi team. They've played Dundee United, they've lost to them. And
they beat Livingston.
They beat Livingston and they beat a championship team. So, you know, the both teams have had kind of like the same kind of start to the season. So, you know, I don't think anything. What I will say, Ryan, is I don't think anything can be judged just now. You know what I mean? I think that Rangers will come good. I'm of the opinion that if Celtic get the signings that they're looking for, that they can only get better. So I'm looking forward to an exciting season, mate, to be honest with you. Regardless of what happens, it's not going to be boring, is it?
No. I think next Sunday's got potential to be a very, very exciting game, and there will be goals. Yes, powder keg. Get Grado. Where is Crocker going to be like?
150 years of a historical rivalry about to be packed into the next 90 minutes. It's the man from Japan. I hope we don't hear that. No. Fuck, I hope I don't hear that.
And he comes with a guarantee of goals on Derby Day.
He's done it on Derby Day.
Hey, Ryan, thanks very much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
Cheers, Ryan.
Thanks,
I hope your team do well. I don't know.
Cheers, mate. See you later. Bye-bye.
So that's it for the first Open Line Roulette. We might try that again next week, see how it goes. Good chat for Ryan. Remember, if you want to get on the Open Line, you can check it out on our socials. You can dive on. And best bet, if you want to definitely get on, head to patreon.com/footballdaft.
Football Daft's big question.
Anyway, we'll have your chance to win pies with piesports.com, and we know their pies are class. It's a stable diet of Scottish football. As Forrest Gump would say, it goes together like peas and carrots. Football equals pie. So we thought we'd throw it out there to our fans to find out which Scottish football team has the best pies and which has the worst.
There's only one answer.
It's when you say that football equals pie. It's like the equation for football is 3.14.
Get one up, Pete. No, but it was always Kelly, man. It was always Kelly, but I don't go to as many away games now, so I don't really know.
I think the standards have slipped at
I've
Kelly from what I'm hearing.
My favourite ever was East Stirling.
Really?
Purely because they used to deep fry the pies in the same oil that they deep fried the pakora.
So you got a wee spice, you got a wee kick to your
bit
pie.
of pakora on top.
That's a great idea.
I don't know pie-wise, because I've not been to as many away games I used to go to when I was younger.
But what is the deal with the Killie pies now? It's the Kilmarnock pie. Is it no Brownings or Olds or something that they fell out? They fell out.
Brownings, aye, it was Brownings, but they retained the name of the Killie pie.
That was it. So now it's called so now if you go to Rugby Park, but you don't get a Killie pie, you get a Kilmarnock pie, which is so it's different. But I've got to admit, I only had one 2 or 3 times, and each time it was cold. I don't think it was the best.
I only ever had one in the stadium, and it was brilliant.
Was it?
Aye, they're brilliant
Do you know
pies.
what? I'm going to be controversial because I support them, but the pies at Ibrox have always been.
Mate, I mean, us too, right, can act a bit wanky. We've been invited to director's box and all that. You get it all out and see the pies. They're fucking brilliant.
It's a different story, but it's a different story.
I know.
They're different size, different shape, a lot.
No, it's different pies that they give you in hospitality than it is that
Oh,
you
aye.
get.
No, it definitely is.
Aye, it's the wee
definitely is.
chef that's in hospitality, and the ones that they're selling out there, they're a fucking freezer, aren't they? They're a card and all that.
The ones you get out of Iceland, out of Greg's. The Greg's Iceland ones, they just throw them in the oven, aren't they?
What about a Bairns pie, John?
Aye, tell us.
They're not the best.
No.
They're not the
Tell your
best.
team. Tell your team. Sorry, John.
I bet you still
Sorry,
get
John.
one every week in, week out.
I get a
Anyway,
pie.
I've had a wee scout over some of the answers here and used to have been like, oh, the Rangers pies and hospitality are alright. See the amount of Rangers fans that are saying
The Ibrox pies are not fair and
Right,
well in
do you know
this.
something, but I'm going to put it out there. Rangers fans will moan about anything.
Aye.
They'll moan about anything.
Remember they made Rangers get rid of the green straws?
No, I don't remember.
Was that true?
I don't remember.
Was that true?
Remember they made them take eggs Benedict off the menu when the Pope's name was Benedict?
He's fucking...
Remember that?
I do remember that.
What a buzz, man.
However, there was a rumour now, I don't know if this is confirmed, Ryan or Redditor put on the group chat
Oh,
that
I know.
the pies at Ibrox were charged at the £3.10, so if you handed over a 20 you got £16.90.
That's a lot of shite. That's a lot of shite.
Man.
Is that bollocks? So there's
It's-
the pie, £3.10 is
I want you-
expensive
I
for a
want you
pie.
to go
like.
Do you know
Buy
what?
the night
I'll
and
send a
find
screenshot tonight of the price of a pie.
Right.
Unless it's £3.90.
Apparently it's new gear anyway.
It's new gear because Rangers have paid off the loan to Close Brothers and now we own all that stuff again, so it's another successful part in our rebuilding history.
So it's an urban myth is what you're saying.
Yes, it's
Stephen.
an urban
the
myth.
pies
yeah.
are not
Yeah.
£3.10, so
No.
you get £16.
If I go there the night and I walk up and she goes £3.10, I'm
You hand
going
over a 20.
I'm going to go, do you know what, pal, I've not got any money, I'll just leave it and I'll be back.
Get your staunch change.
I'm surprised it's no £43.10, so you hand over a £50 note. That would have been £33.10. I fucked that one.
Aye.
We know where we're going, Chris.
Drunken maths, lads. Drunken maths.
Right, let's get on to our listeners. Regan has got in touch saying the best is Kilmarnock FC, the worst is Motherwell FC. The grease coming out it was disgusting. I don't mind about grease.
I don't mind the bit of grease in your pie. That's what it's all about.
I mean, you
As
don't
long
go
as
to
you-
chippy looking for dry food, do you?
As long as you don't get it down your tap. Roberto says the best Kelly's, and he says the worst. He agrees with me. The Ibrox pies.
Graham says, as a Gels fan, I would say Ibrox pies are pretty rotten.
Sean says our broth pies are superb.
Aye, Ricky says they're good.
must
Ricky
be
says they're good, man.
I was going to say must be able to test.
Captain says they're good.
It could very well have been because it was absolutely steaming, but they were smashing.
I've just had one. I thought they were great.
Kyle says being a Rangers fan, Ibrox is one of the worst. It's like eating a brick. He's bang on.
Thomas says Celtic had the best pie last season. He was Irish, played centre back, but now he's away back to Brighton.
That is the Shane Duffy pie. John says the Shire used to have an Indian run pie.
That's the Shire?
At our ground. At our ground first park, you could get half-time pakora and chicken curry with rice.
That's right, man. That's the truth.
Amazing.
That's the truth. I used to go to the Shire.
That's brilliant. Martin says Dunfermline steak bridies. I've had one of them.
They're good.
They're brilliant.
Aye.
Steak bridie.
I hate Dunfermline, but their fucking pie.
No,
Hut's
bridies,
brilliant. The
aye.
bridies
Sounds
are
good,
amazing.
man.
Do you know, I've not had it at the actual Fitba, but I ken somebody that got it that works.
steak bridie.
Aye, I had one. The last I walked in 2 doors down, I had it the back of 9 in the morning.
Aye.
Brilliant. It was superb.
I'd have that,
It
man.
was brilliant. She also says that St Johnson had a good one as well. Oh no, she. Martin isn't there. She. Sorry, I'm still thinking of that last that bought me the
Thanks for
bride.
getting in touch, Martina. So, John says, best Kilmarnock, just heaven. Worst, Partick Thistle, just hell.
Cheap shite.
I know, I don't know what I say that, but for fuck's sake.
We need to be honest, though.
Alright, cheap shite.
Stuart says curry pies pretty good. Pure Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Pretty.
Clyde pies minging.
Aye, they're no good. Actually, they're probably one worst.
Aye.
Are they?
Worst I've
Aye.
had.
Well, Craig says Boness United had good pies. Funny man.
I fucking hope so.
I
Really watched
think
it.
it's funny that folk go out their way to like reply to this on Twitter. Boness United had good pies.
Better get myself
Well, she's not eating good pies. The worst has to be Hibs for the pies. You're on yourself, Craig.
Sean McLaughlin, my good mate,
Wrestling
Sean
ref.
McLaughlin, wrestling referee extraordinaire, the joint best in the game. He says the breakfast pie up at Maryhill Juniors, Lockburn Park.
Oh, well, he's always bumped his gums with the old Maryhill Juniors. He's a fan, isn't he?
He's in there.
Is I seen that we still sponsor them and all that?
Aye.
Right, David has said the best Dunfermline and the worst, I don't know why I didn't think of this, Hampden pies are shite.
He didn't say Hampden, he said Hampden.
Hampden.
Toal, you
They
read
are
the,
shite.
Toal, you read the next one because I don't want to read the last line.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Oof.
Right, Chris says to eat or get hit by, nothing worse than getting hit by a Pataudry pie getting lobbed over that away fan's fence. Boiling hot and cheap mince bums are cooping and Ranger clobber. Best to get hit by are approach pies, rock solid and might give you a lump in the head but no grease damage to the face or cause as they are dry as a sandal in the desert. A sandal in the desert.
Yes, that's well done. Well edited, Chris.
Brilliant, man. And
Now this is the game changer. We put
this
this
is
up
the
on our
game changer.
Twitter.
I seen it on Twitter last night and it really made me hungry.
It's went viral.
It's went viral.
It's went viral.
Just play along. Just play along. Just go with it.
Hey, Stephen, why don't we play FIFA and get
I'll
some
go viral,
Donny
yeah.
pies?
That is our good friend Ewan Cameron there. Armadale Thistle have started doing a doner pie, and I'll put a picture of it on the plan today.
Do you know what? I'm a big fan of Armadale purely because
The Daytona Donna pies.
it's got the best swimming baths that you'll ever go to in your life. Right?
What?
Is it a pool, swimming pool?
It's got the diving deals and all that. The proper.
Oh, people have been going to that every recently. Aye.
So
You call it a bath, a swimming bath?
swimming baths. That's what you
It's a
used to
swimming
call
pool,
it.
It's a
mate.
pool, mate?
No,
Aye.
but Birmingham.
swimming
We used to call it
baths?
Coatbridge baths.
No,
It's an age thing, Chris. I call it the baths.
Aye.
Oh, it's a fucking swimming. It's just the swimming.
But yous are just wee wins. We're pure old men.
I suppose.
The
Fair,
baths,
aye.
The baths.
Aye, but
But
listen.
I still go to the
see
fucking
once-
AstraZeneca, man. I'm old.
See, once I get my Lee Miller hair transplant, I'll be hanging about with yous. I'll be calling it the pool. John will still be getting at the bath spot.
So anyway,
Head to Armadale for your doner pies.
yes, get there for your
And a
doner
swim.
pies and hit the baths, which is very good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was this week's big question.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Call them now on 01698 767 172.
I've got a wee quick question for you, right?
Go for it.
Right back now.
Who's the odd one out of this mob, right?
Me.
Grado, Stephen Purden, Chris Toal, or me?
Is this a rhyme?
Just
A riddle?
A wee kind of riddle,
No.
I think.
No, it's not
Who's
one of
the-
your riddles, no.
Who's the odd one out?
Yes.
Chris Toal, she's not wearing the hat.
Oh, he's got you there.
Well, yeah, you got the right answer, but wrong. Chris
Wrong
Toal,
suggestion.
but I don't think, well, maybe that. Chris, have you been on River City before?
You've been on River City?
I was say I've been on it. I was an extra.
Oh, well.
All right, mate, calm down.
Who you? Wait,
But,
were you? Who were you in a scene with me? Was I there? 'Cause it's embarrassing if I don't remember.
Nah, I wasn't with you.
Right.
It was probably, I think it was like early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But who were in a scene with? Who was it now? It was her out of who's the singer?
Cher.
No, her out of the band. Deacon Blues.
Oh, Lorraine McIntosh.
Aye.
Lorraine
Aye, her.
McIntosh.
And it was your sister, Bob, your oldest sister, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Carmen played Kelly Marie.
So, anyway, what would the club have been called back then?
Versus.
Aye, right. So we're in there, right? First day on the job. Walks in. He's like, right, lads, into the club. You two stand there. He says, right, take that. There's a cigarette for you. Stand there because you're allowed to smoke back in the pubs then, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're standing at the bar. Your sister and the other lady that starts getting into this deep conversation, right? So anyway, I'm standing there next minute. But they give you these, I can't remember what it was. It's like fake kind of fags, right?
It was it's herbal cigarettes.
Unbelievable. Have you ever tried one of them?
I used to, because my kids used to smoke in it back in the day and you get a herbal cigarette.
Unbelievable,
Aye,
right?
it
So
was
standing
nice.
at the bar, they do their wee thing. Next minute, so I'm standing there thinking you're cool. You know what I mean? Takes the big massive draw of this thing. And then all of a sudden, bang, hits the back of the throat. And I swear to God, I thought I was going to die, man. Absolutely whited everywhere.
That's brilliant. I love how you were probably delighted that you were going to have to smoke a fag on River City. Seeing yourself up, man, taking a big draw,
Exactly,
going, I'm going to look cool as fucking River City, man. Taking a draw out a fag and then you buckle.
I'll tell you what,
Seconds later, cut.
Jason, I'll tell you what, see if I knew they handed out herbal cigarettes, I'd have applied by now.
So that's Jason. We've got him on the podcast. Thanks for coming on, Jason. We are playing with piesports.com. If you don't know that by now, they deliver over 1 million pies a year. Or they don't do that, but that's what Scottish football fans eat each year when you go to the football. Talked about it in the big question earlier on. They do Scotch, steak and gravy, macaroni, chorizo, Indian pies. They do all sorts. And you can get them by going to their website, piesports.com.
And is there no a game changer this week? The Donna meat pie.
That is not on piesports.com. I'm sure it will be.
I'll tell you what, it'll not be long before it is, but I've seen that as well.
Is there not a football team that are now selling them? And they're selling them by the box?
Yep, we talked about it on the big question earlier on.
Yes, that's right. So we did. We did, that's right. Yes,
well done. Well done. On, that we've not recorded yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, aye. This podcast is recorded like Pulp Fiction for anybody that knows what I'm talking about.
Jason,
Class. Sorry.
All right, guys.
Jason, thanks for coming on and playing today. You know how the game works. We are going to... It was slightly different this week, boys. I'm going to be honest with you. Usually we do players, we do description players, and you've got to jump in and guess who it is. First to two wins. However, I thought we'd mix it up because there's so many teams involved in the Europa League this season in Scotland. I thought I'd read out some of the teams still involved in the Europa League, and you've got to guess the team. Oh no, Grado's not liking this already. So Jason, you're a Hibs supporter, yeah?
Yes.
Out of Europe already then. Sorry.
Jason, you let you understand, John.
Sorry, Jason.
Top league, John.
Right, you are top of the league, right enough. You can wind up the boys with that. So I'm going to draw out a name from, we've got a G4 pint glass and we've got G4 chocolates here. So I'm going to draw a name out from here and find out who you're playing today on these teams. And it is Chris Toal, who's had a couple of beers so far. So you should be quizzing here, Jason.
I'm a wee bit half cup, mate, right? So there's a good chance you're going to beat me today. However, my superpowers might kick in.
There you go. Remember, piesports.com deliver free of charge to several postcodes across Scotland if you want to get your pies in for this weekend. Right, boys, as I said, I'm going to give you some teams that are still involved in the Europa League qualifiers, and you've just got to jump in.
Any teams at all that are still involved
in it. Okay. So first of all, I need your buzzer, Chris Toal.
Malmo.
Jason, what's your buzzer? They're Champions League, by the way, Chris. What's your buzzer, Jason?
Hibs.
Right, okay, no worries. Right, so ready on the buzzers, boys. Here we go. First team out. Formed in 1899, this team have reached the final of the Cup Winners' Cup twice in 85 and 96 and lost on both occasions. Notable players include Nikica Jelavic, Trifon Ivanov.
Malmo.
Chris.
Legia Warsaw.
Nope, I will continue. Ivanov and Jan Venegar of Hesselink also played for this side. They've won the Austrian League 32 times and also the German Championship under Nazi rule. Right, okay, good way to point to stop. Jason.
Austria Vienna.
No, it's Rapid Vienna. Rapid Vienna.
I think it was Legia Warsaw.
I have no idea. Right.
Because remember, is that who Jelavic scored a hat trick at Parkhead?
For Legia Warsaw, wasn't it?
I thought it was it no? I actually thought it was Austria Vienna.
Aye, so
it was Rapid Vienna. Okay, next team out. 2 years ago, this team qualified for the group stages of the Champions League and were formed 129 years ago in 1892. Former players include the likes of Vladimir Schmitzer, Patrick Berger and Thomas Soucek. They're the second most successful... Oh, he's fucked
Slavia
up.
Prague.
He's done it. Well done. 1-0, Chris.
Tommy Suchek, man, that was the one.
I think he's Sparta or Slavia.
Yeah, it
Because
was
they used
Slavia.
to FaceTime
I know.
after every game.
Also, they're a bunch of dirty racist bastards. So
Right, there you go. So 1-0, you need to get this to stay in the game here, Jason. Next team out, with 46 league titles, 28 cups and 4 Super Cups, this team are the most successful side in their country. They have reached the quarterfinals of the Champions League, losing out to Juve. The team play at the Kariakis Stadium, wear red and white and contest the derby.
Olympiacos.
It is 2-0. Chris, well played.
And that's where I drink in, my son. Don't come at the king unless you're coming hard. Alright.
Sorry about that, Jason, but are you going to give Jason the pies?
Well played, mate.
I'll give him half the pies.
He's going to get half the pies. Sorted
half the
out,
pies,
Jason. There you go.
He's got the munchies on. He's had the beers.
Wait till I get one of the herbal cigarettes.
Jason, thank you so much for playing it. Remember, if you want to get pies,
Cheers,
sort yourself
thanks
out with piesports.com.
Cheers, Jason. Bye-bye.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Find them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at G4 Claims Limited.
Boys, watching Netflix without using ExpressVPN, it's like turning up at the Fitbit but only getting to watch the second half, and I'll tell you for why. Because ExpressVPN, it lets you change your location so that you can control where you want your Netflix to think you're located. They've got almost 100 different server locations, so you can gain access to thousands upon thousands of new shows. Now, this works with many other streaming services too, not just Netflix. It works with the iPlayer, YouTube, and more. Now, for example, there's stuff landing on American Netflix that's not going to be in the UK Netflix for another wee while.
John, if you use ExpressVPN, you might be able to watch Mr. In Between.
Oh, really? Aye. Is that? Do you think I'll be able to find that somewhere?
I would look into that because I'm sure that's one of the things today. And also on top of that, they've got the blazing fast speeds. They can stream in HD with zero buffering, and it's compatible with your phone, your laptop, media console, smart tellies, a lot. It also encrypts it because ExpressVPN has the added benefit of encrypting your data so you can browse the web securely. Call to action is now. Be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and only getting access to a fraction of their content. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/daft. Don't forget to use my link. It's expressvpn.com/daft, and you will get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. It's ExpressVPN, and it's available now.
For Grado's 3 Riddles on Football Daft.
Welcome to another edition of Grado's 3 Riddles.
Grado, can I ask you a question?
Trusted by Ronald for this.
Before we get into the riddles this week, who made that for you?
I made it myself.
Did you make that yourself?
He made it when we were sitting waiting.
Do you not remember there was a day where everyone went to it? We never had a thing.
It was only you and I, John, couldn't be
I was pissed off to fucks. I was in River City filming all day and used to were texting every 2 seconds. I've done this, done that.
It was just us two that day, remember?
Remember, that's right. And I come up with the Wild Boys. What was the Wild Boys song? Was it no? Who done that?
He came up with himself, but the game's tonight, so let's go with the riddles, man.
Right, anyway, the first one, right now,
Yes.
bear in mind these were created in a minute.
Well, I'll give you the scores. So
No, sorry.
No.
7,
No.
1.
John Collins.
Well, I've got 2 of them.
No, you've got one.
I've got one as well.
You couldn't get one last week because you made them up.
Right, these probably don't make sense, but you probably still get them. But the first one is this. Rosie's friend that's not too shabby at being successful.
Rosie's friend that's not shabby at being successful.
Rosie's friend
Jim.
That's not shabby at being successful.
Jim. Rosie and Jim.
It's Jim. Jim.
Rosie's friend.
Jim Layton.
It's not too shabby.
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
Fuck.
Not too shabby.
Rosie's friend that's not too shabby at being successful.
Rosie's friend is
Jim.
not too shabby.
Jim Jeffries? No.
Jim Leishman.
I'm just going through the Jim
Jim
McIntyre. Jim McIntyre. I'm going to all the Jims in the Scottish game.
Jim Goodwin.
Jim Goodwin.
Successful win. Come on.
Very good. Toal rated.
Successful win. Yeah, good one, Grado. Hit me with another one. Come on.
You ready for this one? This one again is pathetic, but adult Pedro.
Ah, man.
Man Paul. Man Peter.
So stupid.
Adult Pedro.
She's so stupid.
Big Kashina.
Peter Man.
Think opposite
Kid. Junior.
to the first bit.
Junior Mendes.
No way.
As soon as he opposite, I thought adult junior. Like
Junior Mendes as a belt.
that's a good one, by the way.
This one doesn't connect at all. Like, I don't think anyone really connect. I may have done this in a minute, but the final one is Ruth's husband with his hand on the trophy.
Ruth's husband.
Right.
Ruth's husband or Ruth?
Ruth as in Ruth. Ruth's husband.
Oh, I know this. Oh, fuck.
Eamon Brophy.
I couldn't fucking remember her husband's name.
Eamon Holmes, man. They're the best ones you've ever done.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Get them now at notitfaultclaims.com.
Who Knows Wins. Congrats to all our winners on Who Knows Wins League last week, especially Colford Toffee 1981 and Stevie Moe 1611, who split the first prize and walked away with 300 bangers each.
Where did you end up last week, Stephen?
Mate, I'm literally logging in.
Because remember he had his big one with 32 pence last
That's
week,
right,
Chris?
you had 32 pence last week, mate.
You tried to be sarcastic? No. What, more than what you won?
Oh, that's very true.
I never played it, to be fair. So essentially, I got a fiver.
I got joint 32nd, I think, was it last week?
I came like 900 and something. Remember?
Oh, right, okay.
We
So I beat
talked
you.
about it in Rangers Daft, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
I fucking came nowhere. Hold on. Find leagues, right. No, finished. Right, my league's finished. Right, there it is. I came tied 92nd.
There you go, I beat you last
You
week.
beat me last week.
3 pence or something.
I get nothing for that.
Nothing for it.
What did you get?
Again, I forgot to do it, which I'm
He's
glad.
forgetting to do it every week,
No,
isn't he?
which I'm glad, because remember I sat here and I put the coupon on
Aye.
while I was doing it, never got a
They couldn't get
sniff.
fucked because
Never
Aberdeen
got a
fucked.
sniff.
Aberdeen must have fucked nearly everybody.
Aye.
Apart from obviously.
Definitely.
Colford Toffee 1981 and Stevie Moe 1611.
So anyway, let you understand, Who Knows Wins is an app where you can play against your mates or set up your own league, or even better, play against other Football Daft listeners in our own league. Play the SPFL by Football Daft, which is on the homepage of the Who Knows Wins app. Make your predictions on the SPFL games this weekend. You don't need to get them all correct, you just need to get more correct than any other bastard on the place. So, to win the top prize, which currently sits at well over £1,000, all you need to do is download the app, create an account, deposit your funds and join our league. Get your mates involved too. The more entries, the bigger the prize pot, plus the chance to take me, Grado, Stephen and John's money.
You just make sure you register this week, Christopher.
I'm registered,
Just
I've just not
get
played.
Total, get involved.
I will get involved. I'll step up and play.
Step up and
Play this machine.
Right.
Right, anyway, so this weekend you've got the following games to predict the results in. Stephen, I'm going to go through them. John, Grado, I'm going to go through them with you as well, mate. You know, you're sitting over there doing your riddles. So first up is Celtic versus St Mirren.
Away win.
Away win by
Home win.
Home win. Grado. Celtic or St Mirren. Home win by Grado. We've got Livingston versus Motherwell. Two teams who are not setting the header alight at the moment.
I'm going to go Livy.
I'm going to go for a draw with this one.
I'm taking a draw as well.
Grado, Livy or Motherwell?
Motherwell.
Motherwell for Grado. Right. Next one is Dundee versus Hibs. That's an away win for me.
Away win.
Draw.
Grado, Dundee or Hibs?
Hibs.
Hibs for Grado. We've got, this is a tasty one. Tynecastle under the floodlights, possibly. Hearts versus Aberdeen.
I'm gonna go Aberdeen.
I'm going to go draw again.
I'm going to go draw as well.
How about you, Grado? Hearts or Aberdeen? Draw. Then we've got up at the old Dingwall. We've got Ross County versus Rangers.
Away win.
Away win.
Grado, Ross County or Rangers?
Rangers.
I'm going to go for a draw.
I knew you were going to say that. You're a wee bastard. I knew you were going to say
I'm
that.
going to go for a draw. And last but by no means least, after the European exploits tonight, we've got St Johnstone versus Dundee United. So
I'm going with a draw on that one.
I'm going to say Dundee United this week.
I'm going to say away win as well.
Grado, St Johnstone or Dundee United?
Dundee United.
Dundee United for Grado as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, who knows wins? Can you take our money? Let's fucking find out.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Call them now on 01698 767 172.
Remember, guys, you can now get more content from Football Daft on Patreon. Just in case you don't know what Patreon is, it is a subscription service that you can sign up to not only support the podcast, but you will also get more content from us three Dafties. There are tiers from which you can choose from, and you can get everything from the video version of the show, the outtakes, teammates every week, a free t-shirt, and the chance to be a pundit on Rangers and Celtic Daft. Plus, from next week, video versions of Rangers and Celtic Daft and cameos from the boys. So if you fancy any of that, get signed up now at patreon.com/football daft. That's Patreon, Patreon.com, and Football Daft, all one word. Get involved now, as we would love to welcome you to the squad. And talking of our teammates, here is one from the vault as we caught up with the legend that is Jim Duffy.
Worst dressed?
Either Georgie Nimzadze or Zurab Kishnishvili when I was at Dundee. Because everything had Armani or anything on, and they had the original Speedos, the really tight budgie smugglers, with the biggest Armani badge you could possibly get on it. So anything that came out with a label on it, they had it. They had it. So they were, and some of the stuff was just it was just really bad.
Best finisher?
The best finisher. I'll say two. One that I played with and managed for a while. Didn't played with was Tommy Coyne when he came to Dundee before he went to Hibs. He was just a really natural finisher. He rarely blasted the ball. In fact, I can't even remember if he ever struck the ball. With real power. But everything went in the corner. And then years later when I was coaching down at Chelsea, Franco Zola. Zola was just amazing. Just everything. He just clipped everything. He just used to, one of the ones open the body up, bending everything in, and everything just looked just stylish about him, and he had class about him. So he was probably the best in terms of just on a training field and watching him practice and all that kind of stuff. But playing with somebody was definitely Tommy Coyne, because Tommy was just, as I said, he was just a natural finisher.
Worst trainer?
Oh, there's a couple. Obviously, I played with Big Andy Ritchie, and Big Andy, he didn't like breaking into a jog. So, but in a similar thing, I was assistant manager at Portsmouth, and the player there, Robert Prozinecki, who was actually European Player of the Year, I think, and he played for Barcelona and Real Madrid, I think. But he absolutely hated training. You know what he was, when you start halfway, you say to the players they're on the 18-yard line, like John to the other 18-yard line, he could get lapped doing that. No, honestly, he made Grado look like Usain Bolt. He didn't even attempt to jog. See, when you're clipping, you say lift the knees, lift the heels, all the old-fashioned kind of stuff. He just couldn't be bothered. And then he just wanted to get the balls out, and when the ball came out, he was a different animal. It was amazing.
That is a bit like me, mate. That's
exactly
the idea.
Grado's a different animal when he gets his balls out.
Moniest?
Other than myself, because I did do a bit of moaning, I have to be honest with you, when I played. I think John Brown, Bomber, when he went before he went to Rangers, and he played. Bomber liked a bit of a moan. And the other one, I think just beat him, was Billy Dodds.
Really?
Dodgy. Wee Dodgy was unbelievable. He just used to moan about everything, and if somebody gave him a bad pass or whatever happened to be, he'd be constantly moaning, and then you just have to tell him to shut up and go and mate and stuff like that. And don't know I'm really pal with Billy and John Brown, but those two boys, I think, they would give most people a good go at the morning.
Who do you want to back you up in a fight?
On the pitch, Chick Charlie.
Oh, that's a shout, innit?
Chick would, he would fight Goliath, to be honest with you. Nothing frightened him. He was a postal boy. He grew up that way. Nothing fazed him. Obviously, everybody knows the famous incident when the guy tried to attack him with a sword, and Chick picks up a branch. You know what I mean? Everybody else would run away. He picked up a branch and ran towards the guy. The guy's got a samurai sword. So, I mean, if you're going to want somebody to look after your back. And the other one would be another guy I worked with, was John McCormick, Cowboy. And he's another one. He was just as tough as anything. Just
Cowboy looks hard as fuck.
He
looks hard as fuck, man.
He is hard as fuck. He is unbelievable, Cowboy. He would just, even when he was injured and all that stuff, he'd be limping to the game and saying to the manager, no, I'm fine, no bother and all that, I'll play, and take a handful of painkillers and go on. He was just real old school tough, yeah.
Best looking?
Handsome guys. I think Brent Sancho. When I was at the I used to always say to Brent, you should be a movie star. They just looked at me. He had the kind of braided hair. He just really handsome guy, great physique. When he dressed, he was immaculate. And until one time he came on his birthday and he had this pinstripe suit on, and he looked honestly $1 million, and Big Lee Wilkie and I just cut it all up, shredded it all to bits with the scissors. And just absolutely. And by the way, it must have been a right few bob, but gave him his due, put the suit on, out, we all shredded and all that. Did he get angry and that, took it in the as part of the dressing room stuff. But I know Brent I think would give most people a run for their money. Really handsome guy.
Worst you've played with?
There's been a few guys that you played with. I think like anybody, when you're asking somebody their worst player, I think it's I don't think anybody's going to say, he was terrible, because sometimes they're really good guys, and they're just it didn't work out for them. So I think there's always guys that didn't quite click. I think for myself, I signed a few as a manager that didn't work out. I mean, I don't think he's the worst player, but I'll tell you a player that I had. I was at Hibs and I signed a goalkeeper, Oleg Skalkson, who was a Finnish international goalie, 6'6", and really magnificent specimen as a goalie. But honestly, he was throwing them in. They were under his body, he was dropping the crosses, he just lost confidence. Right. So he lost confidence, I get the sack. That's the way I look at it as a goalie. So that happens. But he went to Brentford, and I think he won Player of the Year about 4 years in a row.
Teacher's pet?
We Bobby Barr. I think me Bobby, has been about the game a few times. I had him at Morton, then I had him at Dumbarton very well. And me Bobby's one of the ones where if somebody done something, so let's just say somebody misbehaved at the weekend, or somebody got off with a bird that they shouldn't have done or something, we Bobby would right in tell you, Gaffer, want to see who he was with Saturday, he was this, he was that, and he would be loving it, just sticking him in. So we Bobby liked a wee bit of wind up if somebody was out of line, so he would come and run and tell you.
Who never gets the round in?
Ian Angus was one that he was a wee bit. We used to call him the Bat, because after midnight he came alive, and one of the guys, when he once he had a few drinks for him, we splashed the money about. But up until about midnight, he was a wee bit tight until he get drunk, and then once he get drunk, he was throwing the money about. You know what I mean? So again, Ian played for Aberdeen, played for Dundee. He's a good player and a really good guy. But he certainly didn't like to throw his money about too early.
Worst taste in music?
Oh, that's hard, because obviously as you get older, the music becomes, let's just say, because now it's all kind of GBX stuff, you know what I mean, in the dressing rooms. And for me, it's just like you just kind of switch off to it. But a couple of boys, I had Isaac Lane last year, who's now went up to Peter Reid. Isaac's taste in music was horrendous for me. So obviously I always say to him, does that guy they always have to swear in the songs? They always have to swear. So obviously it was a lot of, I don't know if you would call it rap, I couldn't even tell you, but that style of music, probably the wrong style nowadays. They're probably laughing at me because I think imagine them calling it that. But I couldn't call it R&B because I don't think it was. But it was just every kind of word used to be a swear word, and I used to sit in the dressing room and say, why did I have to swear like that all the time? And then they would just laugh at me because I was old. But again, that's if I did like that kind of music, there probably would be something the matter with me. So it's probably they don't really play my type of music now.
Top shagger.
Well, there was a few boys that could certainly maybe earn that reputation, but I've got to be careful who I mentioned.
I just say somebody that's not married, Jim.
Well, if they were, they'll not be married there for that serious. So I'm trying to think, actually, going back in the day. I think that probably the earliest one was down in London was John Terry. But when he was young, 17, 18, you know what I mean? So, when they're young, you're doing it Chelsea, then obviously if you went to a place, you turn up and there was all these glamour girls just around all the players. I mean, so they probably enjoyed themselves a bit. But again, as I said before, he was only maybe 17 or 18 at that time, so fair enough. If you're 17, 18,
he was
you can do that.
He was dipping his teammates, bird and all, so there was no rules with the old John Terry boy, was there?
Maybe later on, but that, as I say, that was well after I'd left, so therefore, but certainly, I would say when they're younger, I mean, as I say, fair enough, you want to do it, you go for it.
Best you've played with?
The best player I played with when I was younger, to be honest with you, even before I became professional, was Charlie Nicholas. Charlie Nicholas, between the ages of, I don't know, from really as a child right through, it was 21, was I've said it before, was a footballing protege. It's like a pianist, or a talented musician. He was unbelievable. I mean, from about 16 to 21, he was untouchable. He was just phenomenal, and just a natural born footballer. And then obviously he went to London, and obviously we know he went to Arsenal. And the Arsenal fans loved him, but it wasn't maybe the best career move wise. But then again, he did probably date about 4 or 5 PSV girls as well. So it's not maybe the worst move he's ever made from him. But certainly in a professional sense, people have got their views. But as a footballer, as a young player, it was sensational.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Find them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at G4 Claims Limited.
Right, boys. Grado, it was good to have you in the studio today, mate.
Aye, man, that was good fun.
It was good laughing.
I do like it in the studio. I mean, good to see Toal on his birthday with a wee glint in his eye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Toal. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Mate, give me steedies.
Mate, I know.
Did you stay that, steedies?
Wait, did you?
My jag.
I will take another number.
I got it in Blue Farms.
Did you Blue Farms?
Blue Farms.
Mate, you should send that to your agent if you've got a singing edition.
What about that? 39. 39
Are you 39?
It's like a story.
The
doctor said, yeah. The doctors told my ma
you would survive.
13th birthday.
Really?
That's emotional,
Goes
mate.
up, yeah, that's 3 times the length of time, mate.
Oh, that's quite emotional, mate.
Fantastic.
That's quite emotional.
What a lovely story for this one.
Here's to another 39 Toal.
It wasn't because of my condition, it's because I was a cheeky wee bastard.
Oh, that is quite good. You beat it, you know what I mean?
Well, listen, I've enjoyed it today, lads. I know I've had a couple of beers and I've maybe veered off it.
I think it's even better.
Aye. You should come in, aye.
No, I think we should get some of the Patreons in here and listen to his live.
Do you know what?
John, what do you think of
That's
that?
a good idea. We've got the lovely G4 studios now. We're recording on a Thursday afternoon.
We've got couches and chairs.
We've got couches and chairs. So I'll tell you what.
If they pay £100 each,
here's
what up. I mean,
here's what we're going to do, right? Here's what we're going to do. If you join up to patreon.com/football daft, join your top tier. All the people that are in the top tier already, there's only a few spaces left because we're limited to 100. We have a few spaces left in the top tier. If you join in, you can come in and sit on the show if you want. So
And in the G4 Claims studios where we record, we have coffee machines, we have soft drinks, we have perfect draft beer machines, which Toal has get right in about the day. And if you come, there's comfy couches, chairs, and some nice kind
some
of
chocolate. There's some G4 Claims chocolate,
There's
salted
nice
chocolates.
plant-like effects as well.
I'm not going to lie to you, this looks like the waiting room for Jurassic Park.
Aye,
So
it
you're
does.
going to love it.
Aye, it's great,
it's
man.
brilliant.
Aye. But if you're interested, get signed up to the top tier on Patreon, and you can be sitting here having a laugh with the boys,
The boys,
you.
the gang.
The gang. All right,
so-
Trips, until next week.
Until next week, guys, take care of yourselves.
Stay safe.
And each other.
Yes.